equally hate my guts because I'm the only one that's conservative. I love
we're
him.
live.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. It says live in the corner.
Oh, we can't be live because the thumbnail is still over the screen.
This is why I always stay quiet and mute, because I know Gerry does this all the time.
All right, let's get the show started, guys. Here we go.
Welcome to my home. Enter freely of your own will and leave some of the happiness you bring.
Yes, 90s Fright. Instead of 80s Fright. It's 90s Fright. Oh, what a night. With Greg from FanZcene and Nadia too. Pop Culture Minefields, bringing it to you. Do you love horror? Well, we do too. We're gonna talk about the best the 90s gave to you. Yes, 90s Fright. And I feel alright. It's 90s Fright. Oh, what a night. With Greg from FanZcene and Nadia too. Pop Culture Minefield, bringing it to you. Do you love horror? Well, we do too. We're gonna talk about the best the 90s gave to you. Yes, 90s Fright, and I feel alright. It's 90s Fright. Oh, what a night.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie. I love it.
Yeah, Mouth of Madness. We've already covered it on the show, but sometimes I don't care if we cover a show. I wouldn't mind doing it again because I just love talking about certain films.
Mm-hmm.
And Army of Darkness is one of those films where I can talk about any of the Evil Dead films over and over again. And but this one just happens to be in the 90s. And you know, Nadia and I are having this conversation, and she's like, "Well, how about we did the other two Evil Dead films? Why don't we do the third one?" I'm like, "Because the show's 80s Fright, and that's a 90s film." Oh, well, what about? And she starts naming other ones. I'm like, "That's from the 90s.
I'm a 90s baby."
And that's what she said. She's, "I'm a 90s baby." So I'm
By the
like,
way,
fuck it. I am going to every once in a while. And wait a minute, I gave you the logo.
no, I don't have it yet.
I sent it to you by email. Yeah, earlier.
Oh,
Knucklehead. You should have told me you didn't have it. I would have fucking taken care of it.
I knew you were extremely busy.
Somebody asked me where I was going to be on tonight. I said Army of Darkness, but I was like, don't worry, we're going to talk about it for about 15 minutes roughly, but we'll talk overall.
No, we're going to do better.
Yeah.
We did really well. We did well the last time.
We did pretty good. Yeah, we
this
improved.
Yeah,
We did.
This is there. I corrected it. It's fixed. So, like Mephisto, you know Mephisto, right? And I love that guy. And our first time together, I swear to God, we didn't talk more than 10 minutes about the movie we were watching, because he and I were just getting to know each other. And it's ADD theater when you first meet each other. And now Greg and I go back a ways. You have a shorter relationship with me. Greg and I go back like 3 years now, isn't it?
3 or 4
4 years.
3 or 4,
4 years. Yeah, because I think we'd only been doing this for almost a year before I met you.
Yeah.
And I just I got such a kick out of you. I'm like, fuck, I love this guy. He's such a nerd. But you know what? I'm so impressed that you did that weight loss thing and you beefed up with the muscle and shit. I'm like, look at you not being gay.
Honestly, and Greg, you don't have to say it, but for the longest, I thought you were like early 20s.
He looks like a kid. He looks like a kid.
Not in a bad way.
41.
Wow.
He's got that boyish charm, man. Hey, dude.
Agent Paul Rudd.
I got carded all the way into my 40s. I think it was between 43 and 45 before I finally started getting gray and people stopped carding me. And I was like, thank you. Like,
I used to hate it when I was younger, when I was in my 20s. Now I don't give a shit. I'm happy
Yeah.
with it.
Oh, if somebody
Like, fuck it,
tells
yeah.
me I'm in my 20s, I say bless you. Thank you so much. Because I
And
have
it's also why,
naturally gray hair. Yeah.
yes, you do, and it's pretty. I like that on you. It's I don't know what it is, man.
Not a lot of people
you-
believe it's natural. They
You
think I
pull off
dye
your
it.
look. You pull
Oh,
off
thank
your
you.
look. You look like absolutely, and you know what I'm talking about with the old newspaper dot illustrations they would give with the writers for the newspaper. Chicago Tribune used to do it. New York Times used to do it, and you have that look of one of those faces that should be printed in that little ink dot style.
Thank you.
It's a pin dot. So, but yeah, you've got that hair, and it reminded me from when I was a kid. There was this, what's her name? You would write in for advice, Dear Abby.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember that. You're too young for that.
I'm too
Greg
young.
might remember Dear Abby.
I remember Dear Abby.
Yeah, and she kind of reminds me sometimes when her hair is down. She reminds me of Dear Abby. So let's see who is all here. Vex Electronica is here. Words of Paradise is first one in the house. I don't know if he's still here. Is this somebody from your channel or your channel, Nadia?
That's Leon. That's in my group. That's Leon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Sammy Threepeat, who I know through actually I met him through Zach's.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and then
Same
there's Country Shaped Media is here, and of course my dear friend Sox Bulletin, who is living on the memory of how am I saying that wrong? He is keeping the memory of our dear friend Mikey Sutton alive. And I really love that he does that. Thank you, Sox. You're a good dude, man. And well, of course, and I see Vex is here. What's up, Vex? I love that photo of her. She looks like, who farted? One of you farted. And the people she's talking to are actually cats.
Probably Vex.
Vex talking to her cats. Anima does. Anima, like, they're people. They're her children. And I'm looking forward to
you ever seen Vex's cats, though? She sends me videos of them. They'll go out for walks in the woods, no leashes, nothing, just walking with her. They have to have outside time. Otherwise, they go crazy. And I look at my cat and I'm like, if I let you outside, you would be eaten by a coyote. Like, I would never.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Like
disappear.
here, we cannot let the cats out here.
Yeah.
In fact, right now we have barn cats, and one of them's disappeared already. And three of them, they were kittens, and now they're starting to get bigger. And so Lauren's going to try to find homes for them because they will get eaten out here.
Yeah. No, her cats are like human beings. They literally like human beings. The way they interact. They
kind of are with me. I mean, I have relationships with certain cats in this house. Lauren is a crazy cat person. And so she has like 11 cats living in the house, upstairs and downstairs. There's some upstairs, there's some downstairs. And the ones upstairs I get along with, except for there are two whom I have a very close relationship with, very loving and friendly relationship with. And I refer to them as my bathroom buddies because that's where they tend to want to commune with me, is in the bathroom. They always want to hang out with me. You know how cats are. There's no such thing as privacy. So I used to do this for one of my cats. Like, he would never leave me alone in the bathroom. So whenever he went in the litter box, I'd go right up to the litter box and just squat down and look at him.
Oh no.
And he would side eye me and shit. Like, what are you doing? What are you... And dogs, if you do it to a dog, they're funny, man. If you get up in the face of a dog when they're peeing or pooping, it's fucking funny. It interrupts them.
It does. It does. Yep.
Because I think almost all dogs have shy bladders and shy buttholes. But I'm an animal lover. I just love animals. So much so that I have a nest of Japanese lady beetles. 2 right here, and then there's about a dozen right here in the corner that I've been leaving alone.
Send me a photo because my husband loves beetles. I will never ever let him have anything like that in the house. So I'm sure he would be.
Well, I've been leaving them alone because I know the way they came in. Because I opened the windows. It's been nice weather, so we've been opening one. But I closed that window.
If it's a bug, it's not in the house. Sorry.
Well, that's what happened. And I've been really peaceful with them. But then I looked it up, and it's I know that they because Lauren had told me that they cause problems for dogs, but I looked at them and said, no, it's dogs and cats. That if they try to eat them, they give off a chemical that causes ulcerations in their mouths. And I'm like, yeah, I've got to get rid of them. So this weekend, I'm going to vacuum them all up. But they've been very polite in here, very quiet, because the Japanese, these aren't ladybugs. They're lady beetles from Japan. They are a non, what's that called? They're not from
non-invasive.
They're an invasive species.
Oh, they're invasive?
They are invasive. Yeah. And so I can only feel so bad for them. So I'm going to suck them up in the vacuum and let the who chuckled? Who the fuck just laughed?
Martin. It was me. Oh, I feel bad for them. I'm gonna suck them to hell.
It sounded like an evil laugh, like, huh.
I'll be right back. I need to do a costume change. This wig is driving me crazy.
Okay, I liked your Elvira outfit. That was really cute. So Country Shape Media says Greg looks a lot like Matt from Rambo
Life.
I do not know who that is.
I don't either.
Well, Greg, if Nadia was came in like Elvira, you have a mask behind you. I'm seeing it. We need the green.
It's actually the popcorn bucket that I got from seeing the movie when I saw the movie.
Oh, the Wolverine?
Yeah. Popcorn bucket
that's
thing
fucking
right there.
Cool.
It's pretty slick.
You know, they made a lot of sexy jokes about that. Like Ryan Reynolds was one of those people making a joke about putting the plastic love doll's mouth.
That's not the one. I didn't get that one because they didn't have it in the theater I had. This is just like the mask. No, it doesn't have the thing like
the mouth. It's so fucked up. It's like that's almost as bad as the worm from Dune.
Yeah.
Oh no, nothing is that bad.
It's like, I'm sorry, is this a popcorn dispenser or a sex toy? What is this? So, but anyway, guys, we are going to be talking about Army of Darkness, and I created this branch off of the show for whenever we want to do a 90s horror film.
You know what?
There are some really good ones.
There is, and you're catching me at a time where I'm selling the In Search of Darkness 1990 to 1994 documentary, and I do have a little Army of Darkness clip I will share with you. Don't worry about the music and everything. You won't get claimed at all.
Please tell me they left Reagan out of this one.
I would, well, Reagan's probably out of it, but I'm sure they'll bring up Bush in it. I'm sure they will. It's Hollywood. It's what they do. But at least it won't be like the best part is, even though they do bring that up, the main focus is the movies in general. So,
which is what I'm glad about. But whenever they say that it was the politics at the time that inspired them, I'm like, no, it isn't.
But this is an Army of Darkness clip with Ted Raimi. So, so whenever Nadia gets back, I'll share it with you, and you can play it before we get into it.
All right.
Yeah, but no, I think you'll like it. And don't, like I said, you don't have to worry about the music or anything. None of it is copyright claimed because they give it to me. I put it on my channel. I don't get claimed.
And I think Ted Raimi plays two different people in the first part. Yeah, because I know I caught him on two. And
in two people I saw him in this one as a peasant warrior.
He played a peasant, yep.
And as a co-worker in Smart.
Yeah.
Yes, he's in Smart scene. That's right.
Yes.
Look at that gorgeous hair. So luscious.
Oh, thank you. People think I diet. I don't. This is all natural color. Oh.
Natural.
So, all right, let's get that video going here for Greg, and this is for Nadia.
Yep, I'll hit play.
The idea was to give it a vibe that made it look a lot like a 1960s Ray Harryhausen picture. I think my favorite time was just being in the post-production studio. Most of the voices, for example, of all of the monsters within that movie are done by me and Bruce Campbell, going, I didn't want to die, all that kind of stuff here.
Yeah, Grace.
We had a loop group come in of guys who were authentically British, who did a lot of those background voices that we would probably suck at doing, you know.
Huh?
But other than that, here we were, you know, sort of behaving like it was still 1980. And we were in somebody's basement trying to add voices to a movie. So it was fun.
Groovy.
By the way, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that clip.
Yes. And if you...
go
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, because I'm connected with Bruce and I'm connected with, because he introduced me to Josh Becker. And I used to get all these inside stories. And my favorite was hearing what a whiny little shit that Ted Raimi was to be in the movies all the time.
Yeah.
Let me in the movie. Let me be something in the movie. Finally, he put him in as the basement dweller in Evil Dead 2. And that was huge. But he made Ted suffer. And he thought it was hilarious. Sam was a total douche with his little brother. He was a total douche with him. Yeah. Like, is it really hot up there? Man, it's nice down here. Really kind of shit.
Yeah. But I put a link in the chat there. That link right there from me. If you want to buy that documentary, if you use that link, I get a cut. So helps my channel.
Okay, good. I bookmarked it, so when I'm ready to order it.
That link right there, that specific link is it helps out my channel and I get a cut. So
that's always good. That is always good. I used to make some good money through Amazon, but then they started screwing around and fucked up the Amazon reseller program. It's not worth it anymore.
They've never ever reached out to me, so.
No, I'm talking back in the early 2000s. I was making scratch with them. I was making about 150 a month, just back in the early 2000s, just reselling stuff. Because anything you put out and post, that if it comes back with that code, you get that money. Then they got chintzy with it, and I'm like, okay, fuck you guys, I'm not going to help you anymore. So, but I like that clip. When does it come out officially?
That documentary it's once it ends midnight to buy it, it'll ship out in December. You'll get it in December.
Okay, sweet. All right.
Yeah. You can either just do the digital copy, which is the cheapest. Then the next step up is it's like $80, but you get posters, card, a patch, the Blu-ray, your name in the credits, and then it goes up from there. Each one.
Yeah.
Hey Greg.
It says it's got 5 days left on it.
Yeah, it ends midnight Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can please put the link in the private chat so I can share it with our chat.
Yeah, if you can't understand his accent, he's asking you, Greg, if he can put a link to it in the private chat.
I got him. I understood him.
I'm fucking around. I'm just being mean to him. By the way, Martin, I didn't get to tell you. So we went to get my lunch today. There's a nice little Mexican restaurant here in town. And it's a Mexican family that runs it. And I got a chimichanga. And as the young lady who spoke no English, I could tell she didn't speak English because she just kept listening to Lauren and me talk. And she's just smiling and nodding. And I'm like, she doesn't understand a word we're saying. So Lauren begins telling me this story about this racist woman that they had to deal with a long time ago. And right at the moment that the girl walks up that speaks little to no English, sets my food on the table, Lauren delivers the racist line from this old lady and she says, you dirty Mexican. And I just went, oh my fucking God. I don't know. No context to what you just said. Like, oh my God. She has no idea what you're fucking talking about. She just heard you say that when she said that. And I was just like, oh my God, we gotta go. We gotta go. I'm hoping she understood enough to get that that's not what she was saying herself, but she was telling a story. Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. And it's not like I haven't done that. Put my foot in my mouth by accidentally by saying something that's in regard to something else, and then you mishear it out of context, and it's like, oh, did you just make a racist, epithet? What's going on there? And it's like, no, it's not what I said. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
How often have we talked about Army of Darkness so far?
Not even 5 minutes.
I brought it up a couple times. Like while you're away, we talked about it.
Oh, nice! I actually have a physical copy of it downstairs. I'm like thrown away by my makeup. How Elvira it's like drag
Elvira.
Army of Darkness is my husband's favorite horror movie, even though it's a horror comedy. He loves it. And he's not a big horror guy.
It's no more of a horror film than Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's probably why he likes it.
Shot to this, because when they did Evil Dead 2, they wanted to do slapstick, and this time they wanted to just do an outright action yarn, kind of like Ghostbusters, but with horror elements. But it's not really meant to be scary. In fact, the big scary moment in it is the scene in the hall where he's being fed grapes, and that woman suddenly becomes a she-bitch. Hey, yo, she-bitch.
Well, I'm gonna bring up the slideshow. I want to apologize to the audience. I didn't have the correct graphics for it, so it says 80s Fright, but remember, it's 90s Fright.
90s Fright. It plays right into what I'm going to. I got all those trailers and everything from the 90s right now, so. Dino De Laurentiis. And that's what that is. Speaking of which, Bruce Campbell does not like that poster right there with him. He thinks Dino De Laurentiis made him make that poster where he looked all buff and everything. He does not like
it's all Boris style,
Yeah. Especially this one. He hates this one the most.
Oh yeah, that's Conan anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Victoria's Conan.
Going in the pit.
All of the disc in there.
Which one's your favorite poster?
Mine, I actually do prefer this one. I like this one.
Yep.
I do too. See, that's what was in the theater when I went to see it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I switched it around, because you can reverse it on this. So I switched it around to that.
Man, I love this movie.
Bridget Fonda. I like that every movie his girlfriend gets prettier.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
Bigger budget.
Yeah.
Better budget, better quality actress.
Better budget.
Better boobs. Bigger budget, better boobs.
There you go.
And I forget the guy's name. Was it Spiegel that does the artwork in this? Jeff Spiegel?
I don't remember.
Anyway, he's part of the Detroit Mafia. And I always felt really kind of a special association because Josh always referred to me as the best artist that he has ever worked with. And I'm like going, really? Because you've worked with the other dude. So that was always a compliment. And Bruce Campbell is the one who said, he digs my artwork. It's groovy, baby. And on top of that, nobody draws his chin like me.
Right.
I get his chin right.
Yeah.
Which you knew about that.
Yeah, because I have that one Blu-ray that you drew the cover for that movie. Ticking. What is that clock?
Running Time.
Running Time. Great movie, by the way.
I love this. They forget all about the gray hair.
Yeah, it just disappears when he lands.
It's like the minute he lands, it's now back to black-haired Bruce.
And you could tell he did work out for this one because he did get in a little more shape for this one than he did the first two.
It's so intriguing that this is the lead up from Evil Dead 2. Like, who would have thought, right? This is
right.
And on paper, honestly, it probably doesn't sound like it works, but it works. I don't know why, but it's just so well done. It's so iconic too. It's a big pop culture movie.
And I love this animated intro, by the way. It's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell. And I think it says Bruce Campbell and the Army of Darkness.
Versus the Army of Darkness.
Or versus the Army of Darkness. So I kept trying to find out for years, what's the fucking title of this movie?
I'll be honest.
This is actually from the original Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, from part 2. I'll be honest with you. Go ahead.
What? No.
I was going to say, this is the one I saw first. This is the first one I saw.
Oh, you saw it before the others?
Yeah, I saw Army of Darkness first. I loved it. And then I was at the video store, and I saw they had all 3 of them together, and I was like, what? There's more? And then that's when I got into watching the rest of them, and I love them. I loved all 3 of them.
So here's how Bruce explained to watch all 3 movies and feel like you're watching the next movie. Is from the moment at the end of Evil Dead where it hits him, the evil spirit hits him, go to the moment at the beginning of the film after his girlfriend dies when he gets hit. And that's a continuation there. And right when the car and he fall is where you shift from Evil Dead 2 to this film. And if you watch them that way, it's seamless.
I have to try this out because I have not tried it out yet.
It's such a good movie. It's such a good opening, too. I am a slave.
Oh, I love the opening narration.
Yeah.
Like they hadn't done that before.
It's a pity that it does not matches the end of the previous one, because that ends that ending like the Planet of the Apes when he's no that ending is awesome.
Yeah. He fell from
People
the sky.
like you, Martin, that make us unhappy.
What?
They hardly ever show this on TV. Yeah, that's true. They don't really. I mean, I guess it depends on which channel you watch, but I know they typically show the first one around this time of year.
And I prefer, by the way, the theatrical, not the director's cut. Because
I have 4 cuts of the film.
Better.
This is 4.
Okay.
I have all 4 cuts of the film right here. I have the
How different are they?
There's the theatrical cut, director's cut, international cut, and a TV cut. There's only the director's and international cut are about the same other than the endings. And then the TV cut is just, edited for TV, which is funny.
But it's still the theatrical version.
Yeah, it's pretty much the theatrical version, but it's edited for TV.
Because I know it's the Boomstick edition that it has the Sam Raimi original ending, which I don't think is good. I don't think it's as good an ending.
No, it's funny though.
Do you think
it's called Fan Edit Country Shape Make Your Own? I've done that, where I make a 6-hour version of a trilogy.
I read about the Freddy vs. Ash for comics. I was looking for them. They're expensive to pick up right now.
Yeah.
If you find them in the wild, folks, grab them.
Hey, Venabite, I got to tell you now, watch them both. Well, watch the original theatrical and watch the director's cut. Those 2 are the ones that really pay attention to. I don't know much about the international cut. Greg knows more about that one than I do.
It's pretty much like the director's cut. It's there's really not that big of a difference. I still think it contains the original theatrical ending, though, in the international cut. I think the director's cut is the only one with the alternate ending, with where he sleeps too long. All the other cuts can maintain the original theatrical ending.
Yeah, I think this film, of course, is clearly the one that has the greatest number of quotes in it for just great, memorable lines. Whereas the only one I remember from any one of the other films is The Woodshed.
Look who's here.
Only a true Evil Dead fan would fucking understand that. Funny, so that joke.
Look who's here. Very good
Das
friend.
Wölfen. Hello, Das Wölfen. How are you? I hope you have brought your papers. Where are your papers?
I don't think they could ever reboot this movie or remake this movie, especially not with Bruce in it. I cannot see anybody that has his presence on film as like modern time now. It'll be a sad day when he eventually, dies.
Yeah.
Like,
way to bring us down, Nadia.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if I can carry on now. So this has one of my favorite quotes from the film right here. Is and who are you? He is I was it something to red? What is it?
Edward.
The Duke of Shale and all its peoples. You'll hello there, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah.
I got it here.
Here. Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
Wait, let me roll it.
There you go.
Who wants to know? I am Henry the Red, Duke of Shale, Lord of the Northlands and leader of its peoples.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Shut you. I love that. Shut you right at the
All right. Yes. Venkman's
Mm-hmm.
girl, you are correct. Because each time, well, when they made the first film, they didn't have the rights to it when they linked up with De Laurentiis Studios. So they had to do a semi-remake of just the beginning. And it just had it as him and his girlfriend at the cabin. This is a thing that led to so much confusion. And as I told you, I was up in Seattle the first time I saw Bruce. This is before I even met him. And some guy walked up to the microphone at this convention and said, I don't understand, because the movie had just come out. He goes, I don't understand how they're sequels. He goes, each film feels like it was kind of sort of remade, but it just doesn't, it's different. It's like, how are they sequels? and Bruce was like, well, apparently the problem that you're having is that you have a tumor in your brain. And the guy says, he goes, and like Arnold, I don't have a tumor. Yeah, I don't have a tumor. And he goes, well, then something's wrong up there. You better get it checked.
I mean, even if they are a bit different in each movie because of the rights issues, they all link together. I mean,
and they do. I explained the way you do it is when you get to the point when he gets hit by the evil force at the end of the movie of Evil Dead 1, cut immediately to the exact same shot in Evil Dead 2 after the Bridget Fonda scenes, that it's a continuation. And then when you get to the car falling, with him falling down to the stone floor in the past, you cut immediately to this film at the same moment.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
By the way,
go ahead, Martin.
No, Tom, I just sent you an invite. If you can, please come join us.
At least we're talking about the film. So
yeah.
Well, like I said, we've gotten to know each other.
I lost my bet.
Yeah. This film's a lot of fun to talk about because there's a few things here that led to what people called well, they miscalled them plot holes. I'm like, they're not plot holes. It's inconsistency in the editing. And that's different. I love when he puts his hand on the blade and pushes it down. Yeah. Like, you ever touch one of those things? You don't fucking want to do that.
This is just a good movie.
I know this guy. And I'm like, oh my god, that's great.
It's such a fun movie. If I remember correctly, go ahead.
No, I was going to reply to Slasher Fred. I don't think it's like a Disney film because it has horror elements in it. But this is like the Ghostbusters version of Evil Dead, where it was less horror and more comedy and action.
Campy. Yeah, more campy about it. Yeah.
Very tongue-in-cheek.
But it works, though.
Absolutely does.
Yeah.
And I love the old drunk thing when he gets whacked.
Wait. There's another influence in this, not by a movie, but maybe by a book. There are 2 Lord of the Ring moments in this movie.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think I do.
Yeah,
Hold
when we get there, I will point them out.
Okay.
Well, there's a Lord of the Ring moment in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Never seen it.
Almost the whole movie.
None shall pass.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Great movie.
So I like this scene a lot. This is funny when the fucking witch comes out of the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Anima laughed her ass off at this movie. She so enjoyed this.
It's so good. And this is by the time you get to the Deadites now, the Deadites are just like, they've managed to capture them and put them in pits and stuff.
Like anymore.
Yeah, they're not like they were in the first one. Yeah, they're not. They're just, there you go. They're easy to catch now. And we use them for our own personal enjoyment.
The funny part is Danny Elfman, as well as Joe LaDuca, created music for this, but in the end, it was Danny Elfman's that won out. And I felt bad for LaDuca because he'd come up making all the music for their films, and then suddenly he got replaced on this film. They wanted somebody with a bigger name. And the only reason he had a bigger name is because he did Simpsons and fucking Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Oh, and Batman.
Of course. And this is what
belts don't work this way. Just so you know, don't try this at home. You'll die.
Yeah.
No. And this is where we get action hero Ash, because in the first two movies, he's not an action hero.
Right there, that pose. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped it because, of course, I have a clip of that.
I can watch Bruce Campbell in anything.
Shunk sound is
any day. Any day. This movie's for the ladies too.
Here's something funny for you. When I met Bruce the first time, I in person, I was like, I'm a lot taller than you.
That's okay. Short, tall. That's all right.
He's the guy with the boomstick. Okay, yeah. I have this. I have to do this. I have to do this.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Actually, I have a new one. I have a new video for that. If you didn't know, Martin.
No, I didn't.
Yes, let me get it for us real quick. But continue, guys, talking. I got to get this other video for him. I made him a new one.
I do love the fact like she's like spitting on him and everything, and then she's like,
yeah. First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me.
Yeah, she's into him the whole time to begin with.
You're too hot. I can't stand it. I got to kick you and spit on you.
She's doing the classic. I hate you, but I really want you. It is such a good flick.
I already watched it for this stream. I might watch it again this weekend. I love this movie so much.
Oh, I'll probably do it too, because once I watch it like a slideshow, I got to watch it again. Is Tom just join us?
Yes.
Yes.
Vampire Tom.
Literally only have a few minutes, so yeah.
Thank you. And to the entrance of Tom, I can only say,
it is the legend.
I like that.
This is one of those movies I have quite a few copies of.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are talking about the Army of Darkness.
Yes, incredibly, we're talking about the movie.
Yeah, we've gotten to where we know each other well enough we can actually do stuff now.
It's a good introduction to young adults into horror too, I think. It's a good transition movie because it's not very gory. There's some adult themes, but it's not that really that extreme. So I think this is a great kind of bridge to get younger ones into the horror genre.
Great gateway.
Yep.
It's a gateway drug. Gotcha.
It's a gateway?
Bruce Campbell's a gateway drug. I will take it.
I mean, Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
No, actually, it's funny because I saw this before I saw the first two. I mean, I kind of got into it in about, I don't know, maybe a minute or two into the intro. I kind of started to figure out what it was, but that was just because I happened to be like a movie geek. but otherwise I probably would have been completely unaware of it being related to the other films, and I wasn't until that moment. I just saw the trailers and it looked fun. And I think Bruce Campbell I had known from his mostly television stuff, and I don't know if he had done Briscoe County Jr. yet or not.
Briscoe County Jr. was great.
So if that might have been where I'd seen him at that point, to where I really kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to check that out. It looks fun. And then I got into it a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is a sequel to Evil Dead or whatever, and Evil Dead 2, because I kind of figured that out from the intro. But no, this is a much different kind of film than the first two films. It's kind of a, I think you were just talking about how 2 is kind of a bridge between the two, getting you to here, and then this.
Yeah,
is
they
kind
wanted
of
to go
also
for horror and slapstick. And in this one, they just went all out and just decided to make it a fun romp. Oh, yeah. Okay, Parrot Head, I saw what you sent me.
You
Good,
some
bad.
more?
I'm the one with the gun. He just sent me a meme for that.
Which sucks that's not in the director's cut version.
That always pissed me off, and it's one of the reasons why I didn't like it. Because that was one of the best lines in the film.
Good, bad.
This is a great line here too. Next one, you primitive screwheads that touches me.
So much as even touches me. Yeah, and does the thing.
Yeah,
I have clips for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it. Start playing the clips, man. Get out of order. I'm going to remove the jack shit one. Or do you want to play the jack shit for Tom? Let's do jack shit for Tom.
Who are you?
Who wants to know?
I am Henry the Red, Duke of Shale, Lord of the Northlands and leader of its peoples.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but 2 things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Jack just left town.
Back when Hollywood would employ gingers.
Yeah. I miss those days. By the way, this is the other video for Zach's.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
What is that
With that,
from?
I do have to run.
That's from Renfield.
Renfield.
Okay.
Which is actually a good movie.
Tom.
Yeah, I do have to run, but enjoy the movies, guys. It was good talking to you.
See you, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
All right, buddy.
Bye,
See you
Tom.
later. I'll see you Saturday.
See you guys. All right.
So, we just watched it again today. Anima said, I don't think I've seen that movie. Baby, you've fucking seen the movie. I don't think. Then she watched the movie and she goes, oh, yeah, I do remember this movie. I went, no shit. But I don't mind rewatching it again because that was a fucking fun movie.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Renfield is a fun movie. It surprised me.
Nicolas Cage as Dracula.
I'm a
right?
codependent.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that. Now it's coming back. I think I only saw it once.
It's a fun movie.
Nicholas Hoult, right? In it?
Yeah, Hoult. Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage.
Nicholas Hoult, who's playing in Nosferatu as well.
Yes.
Can't get away from the vampires.
You can't get away from Dracula. He's bound.
Why did you upload it again?
Yeah, because I didn't know you moved it. You should have told me you moved it. I didn't know you
sorry.
moved it.
Okay.
So I was like, I guess
we have
it didn't upload.
another
deleted.
great moment here.
You know your shoelace is untied.
Now, I do want to point out that once again, King Arthur is the only one wearing real armor in this film, just like with the Holy Grail, because everybody else is wearing the wool. It's woven wool that's spray painted to look like metal, and it's not real armor. And I thought that was odd that 2 films involving a King Arthur did that.
Got to spare money somehow.
Okay, and now, how do I do this? Okay, let's just
all right. Nicholas also
longer version.
I forgot about that.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick.
I love how he shouted.
This
retails for $99.95 at S Smart.
Shop Smart.
That's right. Shop Smart. Shop ass smart. This baby was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with a walnut stock and cobalt
blue steel.
Cobalt blue steel and walnut stock. And I'm like, what a fucking... The script in this is just so A1. But there are so many moments in the film, and you know what I'm talking about, where, like, where did the shotgun come from? There was actually a scene, and it got edited out. And so you're just suddenly, we knew he got his saw back, but it didn't show him get his boomstick back. He just suddenly has it. Also, like, how the fuck would some of the Middle Ages know what a fucking shoelace is?
Yeah, his shoelaces are untied.
I'll forgive it.
Look down is the funniest part. Is Arthur slowly works his way to look down.
I'm not gonna ask where does he get all the shells for the shotgun. I'm more intrigued with how a double barrel shotgun can do 3 shots.
This isn't a time thing. This doesn't have anything to do with any trickery. It is just simply, it was in the script.
It's a classic action movie thing. Is like they never run out of ammo.
They never run out.
It's just like bam, bam, bam. And then when he does open the trunk near the end, he does have shotgun shells in the truck, in his trunk of his car.
And they got Fangoria and is it 2 Fangorias or Fangoria in Cinemagic magazine? They're both Starlog magazine.
I only remember the Fangoria one. I don't remember the.
And this is the movie where Adam Marcus, the director of Jason Goes to Hell, was on the set, and Sam Raimi gave him one of the books of the dead that he used in Jason Goes to Hell.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's fucking
I was just talking about that franchise. If it was better than Chucky.
Yeah, because I felt robbed because we had been hearing about the Ash versus Jason versus Freddy, and we just got the Jason versus Freddy, and we're like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, Socks, man, he chewed up the scenery in more ways than one, and I fucking love that. Nicolas Cage nailed it as Dracula. I love that whole fucking movie. Oh, you're very welcome, my dear friend. Now, this is
tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, that version of Michael Myers, that looks like no, go back. That looks like James Hung as Michael Myers.
Oh my God, yes. But he don't have eyes.
Now you see this? This really pisses me off to no end.
Nice.
And this would normally be a scary scene in the original 2 films.
Yeah.
Here, it's kind of shtick. It's not like a gag or anything. It's just not scary. And this was meant for more of a family friendly. You could take your teenagers to go see this, or even your tweens.
I would say, tweens probably. Junior high.
No, he does. He has a book on chemistry.
Yeah. So chemistry 101 and one about engineering. Yes.
I love this. It's a trick. Get an axe.
Yeah, she's got her eyes open. Which is funny. Is like people were like, why does he have that in his car? Well, even though by this time the 3rd movie comes around, Bruce Campbell's a lot older. People forget he's still supposed to be a college kid. He was in college. Even though he looks like he's 30 in this movie.
That's where he met his girlfriend.
20-something years old and in college.
They were college friends.
I think that all those things are there more to placate everybody saying, oh, why does he knows all that thing, how he became an engineer between 1 and 2.
Exactly.
What do you think he went to school for?
Yeah, what do you think he was doing?
Chemical engineering. Oh, I love this. The whole exhale. Oh.
Yeah.
This guy's sort of like Merlin. I love that.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice that shirt is very similar to the kind of wardrobe he would wear later, like in Prince of Jack of All Trades.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That was the last production by Renaissance that Josh Becker worked on was Jack of All Trades. It just sort of all fell apart after that, their TV stuff.
Yeah, they did try to bring back some of that with Sam Raimi. Did the what was that show? They tried it again. I can't remember the show. But it was another
Cleopatra.
one.
Cleopatra.
No. It was another like they try to do the whole what's that called? Where it was like syndication type show. It was actually done through ABC. God, I can't remember it. I have it over there on my shelf.
Now, was it Sam Raimi or was this?
It was a Sam Raimi produced show. It was Sam Raimi produced show, and it was filmed in New Zealand on some of the same sets and stuff that they filmed. Xena,
Legend of Seeker.
Yes, Legend of the Seeker. Yes, there you go, Legend of the Seeker. Yes,
I don't even remember that one.
It only ran for 2 seasons. It was a syndicated show. They were trying to recapture that, and it didn't go through again. Plus, it had ABC backing them, so that's never a good thing.
I know that they're involved with Spartacus, which kind of went in a whole new different direction for them.
They did Spartacus with stars.
Oh my God, the first one was so good, and that poor guy fucking died.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, I just found it. Oh, I remember this show. I did not know this was him.
Yeah, it was Sam Raimi produced.
I love Rob Tapert stories. Like Josh told me, my favorite Rob Tapert, because he made the famous fishing video. Josh Becker, he directed the famous fishing video with Rob Tapert. And by the way, if you didn't know this, Josh Becker was Rob Tapert's best man when he married what's her name from Xena.
Oh yeah.
So
Lucy Lawless.
They were like very good friends, and so but he hit a point where he didn't want to do the fishing thing anymore, and like Rob Tapert kept calling him. Finally, one day he picked up the phone. He would get the messages and just not call him back, and he ends up finally catching him on the phone. And he goes, "Hey, I wanted to go fishing this weekend. You want to join me?" He goes, "No, I really don't want to do that." He goes, "Oh, it's fun, no, come on." And he goes, "No, look, man, I really don't like doing it. I got to be honest. I don't like putting the hook through those little fish's heads." And this is an actual quote from Rob Tapert. "Yeah, but they like it."
I like how
God only knows if he meant it. By the way, if you don't recognize it, those are from Star Trek and Lost in Space. Those are the rocks there in California.
Yeah. I like how we veered away from the movie again.
Yeah.
Oh, we came back.
I might win my bet.
We got back to it.
It's still connected. It's
there
Rob
you go.
Tapert. Rob Tapert, so it counts.
Doesn't help that 2 of us have ADHD brain.
I mean, Miss Porter said, "Give me some sugar, baby." So, like when he does.
We don't have that as a clip.
I know your damn words, all right. I love that.
Yeah, Klaatu, Vratu.
There, I said it.
I said the words. More or less.
More or less.
I may not have pronounced every little syllable.
And I love Ted Raimi's scene because he's got braces in, and you see him doing that thing that people with braces always do, doing this thing when he's talking to him. I love that. Ted was a very good actor, and I did get to work with Ted when I did the poster for Josh's Western, because he's on there, and he picked the photos that I would use. I'm bad Ash. You're good Ash. You're goody little two shoes. I love that.
Goody little two shoes. Goody little two shoes. Oh, it is a good movie. I mean, this is great. The little journey goes on here.
And there's so much Three Stooges stuff, especially in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Including this for that.
Yeah. And very Gulliver's Travels in a little bit.
Oh my God, I love that part inside the windmill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here, but I got food delivered to me, so I'm gonna eat.
And that's the scene when he gets to the windmill. That's where it feels the most like the Evil Dead, because they do like the like he's in the cabin again, and then even does like with the cross everything after he fights the evil Ash and all that. So that's like the most Evil Dead scene in the movie.
It is. But again, it's not scary. It's kind of fun.
No, it's not scary. It's all made over the top, made campy, made giant.
Yeah, that's the ones we're talking about, Country Shape.
Yeah.
It's
right
that
here.
whole scene at the windmill is just, it is Evil Dead again.
Yeah.
This is rehashing stuff from previous.
And it also always kind of remind me of The Gate as well, with the little evil ashes. It reminds me
Oh, I
of The Gate
love
a little
that.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like when that guy falls and he turns into all those little creatures in the gate and all that, and they tie him down.
Well, I was reporting today that they're doing either Evil Dead or Army of Darkness animations are coming. Like not in the next year, but they are in the works.
Yeah, I heard they was going to do a cartoon show.
Yep.
Oh, cartoon.
Yeah,
oh,
Ash.
I'm
Bruce
all
Campbell.
in.
Yeah.
I will definitely bring my bowl of cereal to watch that.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I don't know what they're going to. I haven't heard. Are they going to go off of the Ash vs. the Evil Dead TV series, or are they going to continue like something from the shows, or just be its own separate thing?
No, I hope they continue the show in the future.
I mean, that because it had a great Mad Max vibe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Dead animated series is in development, but don't expect to see it anytime soon. Bruce
Look, I'm
Campbell
going to tell you something. He knows. Right. He knows.
And he'll be voicing that.
Nothing will be more lucrative to him than doing more Ash stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
like Ryan Reynolds said, they'll be doing this until he's 90.
And with animation, he only has to speak.
He said Ash vs. Evil Dead TV series previously said it would be you pick up right where the show left off. You can do future with a lot easier in animation.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's how they're able to use Welker for Scooby-Doo still. Because that guy's like in his fucking 80s.
Yeah.
But he still does Freddy.
I was going to say he still does Fred and all that, and Scooby, yeah.
Scooby too, because the guy that did the original Scooby either wouldn't come back or died. I can't remember.
Yeah. This is great. Yeah, where he's got the ash on him and everything, and he's drinking the hot water to burn.
Like you can't fucking pour scalding hot water. It's like, what the fuck? But
well, we wait for the animated series. There will be 2 more Evil Dead movies.
I'm not a big fan.
I hope
but none of them
the
featuring Campbell as Ash.
Yeah, they're not going to be good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those without him.
I barely liked the reboot film, even though it's tied into the same universe. I still didn't enjoy it that much. And the second one, I won't even bother watching it. I saw the trailer and went, looks like crap. No, thank you.
I look at Rises as it's an Evil Dead story told in the universe. So it's not like connected to Ash in any way, but I like the remake.
Even more the reason not to. I'm going to say I watched the reboot. I enjoyed it. I just don't consider it as good as the original stuff. It's just not. I do like her character though. And I would like to see her come back. I mean, she doesn't have her TV show anymore. Zoe's Incredible Song List or whatever that show was.
Yeah.
So she could use work.
I mean, from what I remember, they was actually supposed to end up meeting, and then that basically turned into Ash
that
vs.
was
Evil Dead.
That was being said in some of the magazines, and that's why they put Bruce at the end. Groovy baby.
Yeah, and then eventually it just turned into Ash vs. Evil Dead TV series.
And I think she should probably come back to reprise her role. I love this clip, by the way.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite
where he's itching and the eyeball pops out.
And then the sound he makes is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Bruce makes some of the most ridiculous sounds.
This is a great scene where he's they're very much like you said, Three Stooges here again with the whole fight they have between them. Yeah.
Even does kind of curly voice.
I'm blind.
What was the reason why Ash versus Evil Dead got canceled?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this because I was right in the thick of this, and I was working with my friend Susan Layton from Rue Morgue magazine, and we got a lot of heat for some of the comments we said.
Time out for a second. Rue Morgue?
Yeah, Rue Morgue magazine.
That's the magazine. If I had won the Faces of Horror, I was supposed to do like a shoot for with Kane Horder. But yeah.
Oh, anyway, that'd have been cool. I loved, Susan Layton is still a friend of mine. I love her. She's a great person, great writer. She used to be a part of Pop Culture Minefield. One of our producers made a rude comment that just fucking pissed her off, and she quit. And I'm like, what did you say that? It's where she could read it. He's a catty gay friend of mine, and he said something very catty about her clothing. But anyway, Susan Layton is just a very casual, laid-back person. And she didn't, I don't have any room to put up with that shit. And I went, I don't blame you. You're a good friend of mine. And I worked with her at other magazines and stuff. She was always my senior editor. But she had talked about, oh God, what was this started by with the Evil Dead Army of Darkness?
Why did it get canceled?
Canceled. There we go. So Army of the Evil Dead series, the reason it got canceled, and we got a lot of heat from this, is because we blamed the fan base because they weren't there. Like, we want this show, but then they weren't showing up to watch it. They didn't want to watch it behind a paywall. So they were watching it for free through other means. And that got the show fucking canceled. And she criticized them, and I criticized them too. I said, you guys talk a good fucking game as fans, but where were you when the show needed you?
Behind a paywall.
They didn't want to pay for stars.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody didn't pick it up.
To be honest with you, this was just before that stuff started happening.
Oh.
And there was hopes that Netflix or Amazon might pick it up.
Hulu. Hulu would have been great for it.
Well, at that time, Hulu was.
But I'm saying, like, if Hulu had picked it up, that would have put Hulu on the map. Like,
it would have.
That would have been a good investment for Hulu.
Absolutely. Yeah. But to hear that it's coming back again, I'm glad. I hope they do make it again, because it was a damn good series. I laughed my ass off.
It shouldn't have been as good as it was, right?
Yeah.
Like, and for it to be so good for how many episodes too, no lagging into it. Oh.
No, it's consistently good each episode. And
yeah, I want to go back and rewatch it.
And they brought in a bunch of the old crew. You had Lucy Lawless in there, Rob Tapert's wife. You had Ted in there. You had all of them. And by the way, we were watching something over the weekend that had Sam Raimi in it, and called Innocent Blood. And people forget that Sam Raimi is in that movie.
Yeah. Do you know what other movie he's in?
Yes. Indian Summer.
Indian Summer, yes. He's the
Do you know what Indian Summer is? It is a fictionalized story of Josh Becker, Bruce Campbell, and Sam Raimi.
Oh, is it? I
that
did not know.
The summer camp they went to, the one that's mentioned in the story.
Oh, nice.
It's based on them. And
I didn't know that.
Bill Paxton's character is Josh Becker.
That's cool. That's cool.
And so when he went to the premiere, he turned to the real woman that was the female that's in love with Bill Paxton in the movie. So he turns to her, he says, so is this where we hook up or something? And she goes, in your dreams. Well, it's in the movie.
Yeah. I didn't know that was based on their story. I always wondered why he was in that movie. So now I know.
Well, Miner, the guy who wrote and directed that, is kind of one of the Klingon kids. He used to cling on these guys and hang out with them all the time. He's from the same place. And so he was loosely part of the Detroit Mafia.
I love that. They made his chin even longer.
Oh, yeah. I love the makeup in this, dude. I love the makeup in this.
This is great when he's...
Yeah, get to the clipping, Martin. Zax is telling you. from the chat.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Because I love that when he shakes his face and he's back to normal.
Yeah, wrong book.
I like it when he goes, ooh, you.
Yeah, you. And he doubled it. Like before he goes to the next one, he has to make sure he. Yeah, and I believe this is the scene when they were filming this scene on the days when Adam Marcus was there, and Sam Raimi gave him one of the Evil Dead, one of the books, and
one of these books. Okay,
it's one of the book. I don't know if it was one of the books they had sitting here, but it was during this filming because they had multiple books. He gave him one, and that's the one he uses in Jason Goes to Hell.
Yep. By the way, yes, he did talk about it. He and I both did about that story on the show. It's been fun. I used to like having Josh on. He always has such crappy internet. Well, it's the same thing because, like, I wanted to get Tracy Torme on more because he loved coming on, but he always had such shitty internet, and he would like when he's talking. I'm like, oh, we can't do this.
I was sad to hear about him because I loved Sliders.
I know. He's a sweetheart. Sliders. He was a sweetheart. And they were getting ready to reboot Sliders. I don't know if it's still going to happen now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So that's sad. I don't know if they should reboot it, but I would like to have seen.
No, it's with the original cast.
I was going to say I would like to have seen an in with the original cast, the way it was.
Well, they were going to bring him back for the show.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, and Josh never had the fucking headphones. That drove me crazy. Oh my
I'm
God.
glad you moved past that clip there. Said it's definitely an N-word. So.
Yeah. No.
I always wondered if they understood that as a joke.
Yeah, most probably. And that is why I strategically cut that line from the clip.
Definitely an
and
N-word.
we only have.
I don't think you get in trouble for saying that.
Okay, here we go.
Klaatu, Veranda,
He said it.
He stretches to look around, then stretches to look the other way. So fucking funny. The physical comedy in this is just so fucking good. And he had the good looks to play an action hero. But he always chose just to not go all the way as a hero. There would always be some fucking problem with his character. Even with Briscoe County. He's heroic, but he was always something comical about him. And he did the same thing on Burn Notice.
That show my husband loved watching. I never watched it, but
I did. I watched it religiously until the end. I watched his solo movie, and it wasn't very good. I was disappointed with that. I'm like, oh, that could have been better. I remember writing him, I'm so excited you got your own film. And then I wrote him later, I was like, well, you got at least one movie.
Oh my God.
So that's all that's important is get that one payday. The last time we talked, he said that he loved doing these movies for Hallmark. He says, if I did nothing but Hallmark movies for the rest of my life, I'd be the happiest guy on this planet. It's the least stressful work. Here we go. Absolute Three Stooges gags here.
Yeah.
Rubber hands. And he actually makes a retch sound here. I think that's added audio, added to the sound effects of him making the retch sound. Did you what? Did I miss the day the Earth stood still discussion? We have never talked about that movie.
Yeah, we haven't.
I will only talk about. There's only one movie, the one that came out in 1952. That's the only version.
You don't like the Keanu Reeves one?
What are you talking about? Let's see. This movie came out the same year as Batman Returns. And of course, Danny Elfman composed the March of the Dead theme. Yeah. Danny Elfman is the one who gets lead credit in this. Do they give Joe LaDuca any credit at all?
No, no. For the sound, the thing, I don't think so. Yeah, it actually says theme by Danny Elfman, music by Joseph DeLuca.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. And so he got put in the second fiddle position because De Laurentiis wanted a bigger name. I love the makeup for Evil Ash.
Yeah, it's great. And it allows for another actor to fill in, so Bruce Campbell doesn't have to always
play normal Ash. He can play another version of Ash. Evil Ash. I also like the evil princess. She's first of all, she was hot back in the day. And when she does I feel bad, but I feel so good.
It amazes me that this movie is only, the theatrical cut at least, is only 81 minutes long, and they cover so much ground in this movie.
They do.
That's you just don't see that in movies nowadays, man.
Nope.
Now we got like 3-hour long movies and they don't cover jack shit.
Yeah, they give you these really lengthy scenes where they think it's character building. It's like, no, that's not how you do character building. They'll make a scene last 10 minutes. That should have only been 1 minute to 2 minutes long.
My bladder hates these 3-hour movies. Like, if you can't tell your story under 90 minutes, maybe you should be looking for another profession.
Right.
Just saying.
Well, first of all, women have it the worst in a movie theater because men, we have a longer urethra. Girls, you have 1 inch of urethra.
I know. I have to pee when I get to the movie theater. I pee right before the movie starts, and then when the trailers are going, I go and run and pee again, just to make sure.
Yeah, just make sure. Yeah.
Fucking Endgame ruined me. Like, I was like,
They're used to.
But honestly, like, it's all fluff. Like, tell your movies in 90 minutes or less. Like, why not?
Yeah. It's funny because there used to be an app. I don't even know if it still exists. It was called Run Pee, where it would tell you when you could leave the movie to go pee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we know that. We know Dempsey.
Though I will say I peed quite a bit during Indiana Jones 5, mostly because it was boring and I just wanted to get up and walk around.
Get out of the theater.
No, Dempsey, I'm not saying Lord of the Rings creators didn't do a good job. They did, but that is an exception to the rule. Most movies don't need to be 3 hours long.
If you're going to make
Lord
a
of the
3
Rings
hour
does
film,
need to be 3 hours long. Like, there's a difference.
Well, here you go, Nadia. If you're going to make a 3 hour film, and I'm talking to Martin Scorsese here,
give me intermissions. Yes.
Put an intermission in.
Gone with the Wind.
Got to
One
be
of my
thoughtful.
favorite movies
you
of all
need to
time.
be thoughtful to your audience.
Yeah, give me a fucking intermission. Sorry, but give me an intermission. My bladder wants an intermission, okay? All right.
Everybody's bladder does. It's ridiculous that he did that with the Flower of the Moon or whatever that fucking movie was. I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Pillars of the Flower, but what I didn't.
But at home, I was able to pause it and get up and go.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even go to theaters because movie lengths are that long. I'm like, why do I want to? Now, granted, I did go see a Terrifier 2 and 3 double feature. But I had an intermission between, so
that had to be long.
It was, but it was fun, and I went by myself. Nobody would go with me.
I still haven't seen part 3 yet.
Now I've seen Toys, by the way, and yeah, there is a Day of the Year Stood Still reference in the film. I was a little disappointed with it, but I did like it. It's a good film. Williams did a great job in it. And you do. You love a lot of crappy stuff, man. It's okay. Martin's sitting there going, "You motherfucker."
Don't take that from them. Don't take that from him, Martin. Don't take that from him.
Did
you can
say
mute
something?
him. You can kick him out. You're producer.
He has kicked me out.
I like how we're at the end of the movie here. We're done.
Well, I do want to talk about this because I love this demon scene, and I also love the fight choreography because he actually learned some fight choreography here, where he has to fight somebody up the stairs from him and somebody down the stairs, and that was tough on him learning how to do that. But this leads to one of my favorite gags in the film, which is, this is where we see her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where we get to see evil her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad,
while.
but I feel good.
Yeah.
Move handsomely. I like that line. But it's
were they ever expected to do a sequel to this? Was there ever discussions of that?
I don't know if there ever was. No, I've never heard anything about it.
Well, I know this flopped because it had such a. See, the thing is, if I remember correctly, here is they had Universal got a new studio boss or something around this time, and he was actually a bit of a horror fan, so he greenlit this movie and Phantasm Part 2 and gave them big budgets, and neither one of them recouped at the box office. And so yeah, because he was a bit of a horror fan. He was like, "Oh yeah, what are the kids into? They're into horror. I like this stuff. Here, you greenlit Phantasm 2, greenlit the Army of Darkness, big budget horror flicks. People are going to see them." Nobody came out and saw them, so that like kiboshed any sequels from then on out for this. Plus, there was a big rights issue thing because, like, if you ever notice, this one is one that's referenced the least in any Evil Dead thing because there's a whole rights issues thing with the Nerdiness, Universal, and Sam Raimi all together. So like. This one has not referenced as much at all as the other ones are.
Yes, it's a direct sequel. The show is a direct sequel to this.
Yes, and then once again, if you watch the show, they don't really. The most they ever say is like he talks about how he time traveled once before, and that's all he says in the TV show.
Yep. And by the way, I paused it here because I love. This is when Evil Ash delivers a "Give me some sugar, baby."
Yeah, that's.
We don't have that clip. We don't have that clip, Martin.
No.
Martin, man.
I told you, I have a very stressful day. Be grateful I had the time to make the clips that I made.
Hey, Dempsey, I love that show. I was sad when they ended it. Stand Against Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't watch it, but it looked appealing at the time, but I just never got around to it. October's been crazy for me. I've been on over like 20 streams this month. Like, I'm tired. I'm
like, by the way, I was so involved with you talking that I forgot the clips. And this is the first Lord of the Ring moment.
I'll stand by you.
You can count on my steel. I'll offer up my courage.
The sword's by his side.
With Ted Raimi.
Yep.
Ted Raimi, yes. Yes, that was great. That's a great scene. You're right. But no, today's the first day I've done 2 streams in a row. So it's like
this is the third one today.
This is my second one today. I usually do one a week is all I do.
I did 10 in 3 days.
Crazy. I just don't have time. There's no way I have time to do all that.
Oh, November, I'm slowing down 100%. There's going to be a lot more no's than yeses for sure.
I say we stay here and fight it out.
Yeah. And you got to teach them how to fight, band them together.
Yeah. The 3-point move.
Yeah, the little 3-point move.
It's a 3-point move. It's like, they're going to win a battle doing that.
Hey, they do.
Yeah, because they actually, as a gag, they show them do the move.
Yeah, it works. And luckily, Henry the Red's team, his crew shows up as well.
The Duke of Shield. And
you mean Gandalf the Red?
Henry the Red.
Henry the Red.
Gandalf the Red.
Yeah.
Arriving at Helm's Deep with the Rohirrim.
Yes, Mr. Fancy Pants. I mean, who
29 streams. Sorry, I was distracted because I wanted to count. 29 streams this month.
Wow. No,
that's crazy. I do like one.
Way more than that.
Month.
That's nothing to brag about.
That is for me. Okay.
I literally don't have time in my day to even do. Like, I was lucky enough today just to do these 2.
I don't like saying no to people. That's my problem.
My problem is
I'm the same way.
My problem is I would say yes in a heartbeat, but I
There it is.
literally don't have time.
Yeah.
There it is.
Zach's and Gerry are the only ones that I say like yes. 100%. Like yes.
Well, I don't know. Zach and we're cut from the same jib. You know, we just have the same kind of passion for things.
I got to hang out with him when he was here in Vegas. And then he helped me do a fundraising for my Faces of Horror. We did a clam jam, which was great. So
okay, there it is.
I will always move mountains.
What is that? Fangoria. And can you see what the other one is? I couldn't see it.
I could see it. But yeah, that's where you find out he's got shotgun shells. He's working on all kinds of things. He's a college student.
Chemistry 101. Okay, just to let you know, Chemistry 101 is literally the first book of chemistry in college.
Yeah.
That is freshman chemistry.
He's supposed to be a freshman in college. Actually, I would say he was probably in his second year of college by the first movie, but
yeah, he was almost what is he, 28, 29 when they made the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I love the shirt he wears in this.
Yeah. Well,
Again,
I mean,
blue.
It's his blue shirt like he always wears, except this.
Well, this one has the button over. It has that cool button over on it, and that's the one I like.
The medieval version.
Yeah, the medieval version is fucking cool.
With the cape. Very Superman.
I wouldn't want a cape. Capes are gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
Hey,
a man in
man.
a cape is no. Capes are cool. Capes are cool.
Very
girls.
He's very Superman in this.
No,
Go
capes
and
are
tell
cool
that
for
to
guys
Batman.
too.
Well,
Capes
he
are
is
cool.
Superman. His colors are blue and red.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lord of the Rings had a bunch of capes.
Yeah. I disagree with Gerry on the cape thing.
That's it. My argument has collapsed.
Aragorn, come on, man. Shows up with the hood and the yeah.
Oh, the fucking fight
Well,
playing
I think those
fucking
are like
skeleton. And by the way, Josh Becker was one of them that you see crossing the drawbridge, where they have the skeletal costume on. And I just remember that he is one of them crossing the drawbridge.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And I love how they yawn when they're waiting out there to fight. One of the skeletons just like yawns.
Hey, come on, say the line, Greg.
Which one?
It's on the screen. Well, as soon as Martin uncovers it.
Ready to catapults. By God, let's give him what for.
Yeah,
I don't have the
man.
voice like him, but
Just the way he delivers it is so silly, but I just love it.
by God, let's give him what for.
Oh, we have a bridge by Patron's head.
Yes, of course, it's true. I'm not gay, but my ass is.
Okay.
Next time it'll be my penis. I'm not gay, but my penis
So
is.
you have a federated body, is what you're saying.
I'll rip his balls off. There you go. Right when you're talking about it, the skeleton says, "I'll rip his balls off."
I do like this castle. I love the way they built the part of the castle and everything, and the matte paintings, and I love everything about this.
Well, and for Patron's head, here's your backdoor reading.
Just weirdest lip flap in the films is like where he has to go back in and do ADR, add a line where he didn't say it. Oh, that's the let's slip the dogs of war moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sally forth.
Yeah. Sally forth. You can't say it. There it is. Probably having to let loose the dogs of war.
To the castle.
One of my the voices that they would do.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites is after the battle is like, "Let's get the hell out of here."
Like they got something else to do.
Yeah.
I love the stress of this moment where it's like, hold, he's got his hand up, and they're watching the fuse get shorter and shorter.
And they're sweating. They're starting to sweat.
Now. Which a lot of people don't know. You don't say fire, you say loose.
Like Gary's ass.
Like my ass. That's how I know we're friends. You finally shit on me.
Does it count that I was thinking it? I just didn't want to say
it. Do you need some holy water, Gerry?
For that burn.
Yeah, that infernal burn.
It had to be said. It had to be said.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to say it's loose, but I have to use a shoelace to keep it closed.
Oh man.
Don't ever think that anybody can outgross me on my own jokes about myself.
I love these true. I've been there.
I love the puppetry in this.
Yeah.
But my favorite moment is when Evil Ash, and he's now like down to skeletal, and he knocks him off down onto the catapult. I just fucking love that.
Yeah. I mean, this is like. Okay.
No, I was just gonna say when his head explodes a little bit because he realizes he's dead. It makes the Flintstones end of the day horn sound.
But this is a true film for film nerds. I mean, it's got the Ray Harryhausen stuff, everything. I mean, like it's got everything a film nerd. Like even the Klaatu Veratu Niktu stuff. That's from
ties into other genres.
Yeah.
This was the film they went out on.
Yeah, like the Lord of the Rings references, all that. Like even Gulliver's Travels, the Three Stooges. This is a true film nerd movie.
And by the way, that is one of my favorite scenes in the film is at the windmill. I didn't say it earlier, and I meant to say it, that whole scene with the miniatures, the fake shimps, because occasionally he's one of the miniature versions of Ash, but most of the time it's fake shimps dressed as him. I fucking love that.
Is this where he brings out the car?
Starts just slapping him.
Yeah, it's just like, and
you hear one of them go. Did they use the Wilhelm scream in this?
No,
they don't. I do like how they bust into the castle.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Heave like that. Put your backs into it.
Yeah, I know. Some of the fucking dialogue that they put in for these like fucking skeletons is great.
It just works
Kill
so
the
good.
mortals! Kill the mortals!
It works so good because it's what they would say, but they're skeletons. So that's what makes it so damn funny.
To speak,
Exactly. It's what an army would say to one another, but they're just skeletons. That's why I said I find it so funny when one of them yawns. It's literally like, why you're yawning? That's not possible.
Now in this scene, this is where one of them was Josh Becker too. He was there for this. He had some nice fucking armor on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like a quarter of the budget right there.
And the car there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like when he's swiping them. Some of them are actually skeletons, and some of them are guys in suits that look like skeletons.
Yep. Some are held up by wire, and that's why they fly.
Yeah, just like
great. And then he sees her.
Yeah.
And loses his sense of direction and crashes the car.
I love the helmet.
Bruce Campbell with his steampunk goggles. Yeah.
Is this the last one they used where it was actually Sam Raimi's car? Because I know he sold it, but he still uses it in every movie. So was this the last time it was his actual
version
car?
of it? He's a version of it.
Yeah, he uses a version.
He eventually did sell it.
That's what I said. Is this like the original, the last movie with his car where he originally owned it, or
let me look that
did he get
up.
rid of it earlier?
I had understood that in Spider-Man, the Uncle Ben's car was still his at the moment.
That was before he sold it.
That was okay. I wasn't sure how long, in between he sold it, because I know he did say he eventually sold it, so he just uses like a replica type car, and from then on out.
Yeah, he just gets the same model.
Yeah.
In color.
I don't know. Kind of heartless. I couldn't part with that car having that history.
Yeah, I would have kept it.
Yeah, same here. I don't think I would have. Well, depends on how much he sold it for, too. I am a capitalist, so did he sell it for enough to fund his next movie? I mean,
who knows? I mean, I would have kept it because then for every time you movie, you got to go find the car looks just like it again and rent it for the movie. So that takes away from the budget. You have it your own. It don't cost nothing.
I don't know. But then the studio would have to provide it.
The studio,
within the studio's budget, not your own budget.
So the last film was Drag Me to Hell.
That was the last.
I love that movie. Yeah. That's so underrated. Not a lot of people talk about that movie.
That just came
out. And we don't want to break any rules, so we will not talk about it.
What do you mean? It's a 90s movie.
You said that people don't talk about it, so I didn't. Is there a law? Is there like a rule?
Actually, it's an early 2000s movie, so it's
also nice. For the most part, I liked it because it had all the hallmarks of a good Sam Raimi film. It really did. I liked a lot of stuff they did at The Curse and everything. I'm not too sure how I feel about the ending, but everything up to the ending I really, really liked. And it wasn't that I didn't like the premise of the ending, was how they pulled it off. I wasn't sure that I liked it, but I liked everything else in it. I really liked all the other scenes where they're trying to fight the evil.
So when are we going to do 2000 Night?
Oh, good God. How do I get to change that one?
That would be hard for me to do because I don't like a lot of 2000s horror movies.
What? Scream?
The Scream's 90s. Scream came out in 90.
Oh, 90. Yeah. Never mind.
96, and then the second one was like 99. Or
I guess
98.
for 90s Night, we'll do Scream next.
Yeah, and I have a rule. I stopped watching after Craven died. I don't want to watch any of the other films.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing.
I love it. Yeah, I would have to agree. They're still fun, but yeah.
No, I tuned out a lot of the 2000 stuff. It was never, and just didn't feel right to me. And then we get into that whole elevated horror of it's just like that.
I hate that term.
No, please no.
And that's why I'm
elevated. It's not elevated. Horror is just an umbrella. There's just tons of
pretentious horror.
That's what it's called. Pretentious horror, not
it's horror for people who don't like horror.
Yeah.
It's social, like, ooh, I'm turning into a young person. I'm scared. So it's like,
yeah, right off the top, the first ones that pop up on Google, 30 Days of Night. I actually like that film. I love Cloverfield. I liked Drag Me to Hell. I love Shadow of the Vampire. I love
I haven't seen Shadow of the Vampire. I'm going to see it. I just saw Near Dark and I loved it.
Oh, Near Dark is great.
Oh, it's so good. Hey, that's an 80s one, right?
Yep, very underrated.
Can we do that
one?
next?
That one will be say. I will tell you, I do not have that on Blu-ray.
Wait, what?
Near Dark.
I heard 80s. Near Dark. Yeah, Near Dark is on my list. I'm trying to get Anima to watch it with me.
Unfortunately, that is one I do not own. Not because I don't want it.
It's hard to own. I looked for it.
All right.
It is out of print.
Stop the stream. Hold on. Greg, get up. Go to the store right now. We'll wait for you.
It's out of print. It's out of print. It sells for like $100, man. It's out of print.
$40 on Amazon. You can get the DVD.
That's still way too much for DVD, especially.
I had to sail the seas to find it to watch it.
Yeah.
Hey, I just found one on this kind of underground film site. It says $102 comes complete with Lance Henriksen's foreskin.
Oh, wait.
Is that a good thing?
$22 for Region A?
That's Region A or 18?
A.
I think that's not American. That's American, right?
I'm looking to see where it is.
I can't remember. Like, I'm the physical media guy, and I'm the dumb one.
It is North America, United States, and Canada, and U.S. territories. So yes,
Region A. It's
Blu-ray.
Share it with him right now so he can buy it.
Oh wait, no DVD. Sorry, DVD 22.
See, that's still too much for a DVD.
Used, you can get it for $19.
I won't pay more than $12 for a DVD.
It's put it in the chat.
There is rumors that it's coming to 4K soon, though. So.
Oh, that's a long
URL. The director's a well-known director.
Mm-hmm. Catherine Bigelow.
Yep.
I don't
know why it wouldn't be.
It's non-US format. Never mind. Womp womp.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Womp womp womp.
It was so good. I was so surprised how much I enjoyed it.
Well, you can get it.
Hey, this one's for you, Nadia. It's finger licking good.
Paxton, holy cow!
It's so good in that movie.
Bill Paxton, for me, is what sold that movie. His character just fucking nails it every funny scene.
It's a really dark, depressing movie about vampires. I mean, you have a vampire who's stuck.
It is not a happy film, even though it does have a happy ending.
Yeah, it's dark. I'm just like, whoo.
Yeah. Oh yes, Trick and Treat with Gene Simmons. I cannot wait.
Yes.
That just came out. That was surprise drop. It sucks. I probably won't get it for Halloween, but it was surprise drop last week. 4K, big box set. I bought
man.
I bought that son of a bitch up like that because that's another one that's been hard to find.
I love that movie. I proposed it for this Halloween season.
Here it is.
Wait a minute. I think it's a different movie than what I'm thinking, right? It's not Trick or Treat.
It's Trick or Treat. And
Trick or Treat's a different film. Trick or Treat, I love. That's the one with the little pumpkin.
Yeah, Sam. I love that movie.
Oh, here it is. Here's the one with Gene Simmons. Okay. I'm looking at
Sammy Kerr.
Oh, it's awesome.
I've never seen that film. I've seen the other one.
The movie's so good.
Ozzy Osbourne. Wow.
Yep. Ozzy Osbourne plays like a Tanzavella.
Like Cooper.
He's on the TV talking about how heavy metal is sinful and it's destroying the youth. So it's great.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne plays a priest, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's like on the TV doing it. Yeah, it's so good. And him and Gene Simmons they market it as they're the stars. They're only in it very little. They're barely in the movie, but it like plays into the whole like satanic panic with heavy metal and everything.
Oh and
sadly, the guy is the villain of the movie is a satanic heavy metalist. It's like a campy comedy. It's got the comedy to it. It's just a great 80s horror flick.
Adding it to the list.
There it is. Let's get the hell out of there.
Let's get the hell out of here. And we totally sidetracked again from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
sorry, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're talking a lot more of the movie.
You two sidetracked. I actually was talking about the movie. I said this is my favorite moment where he delivers
Well,
the line.
we all
"Buckle
can't
up,
be
bonehead."
perfect, Gerry. Okay.
Yeah, Nadia, and you better stop trying. You're hogging in on my territory, man. Strangeland with D. Snyder is not a good film, but it is a film you have to watch. You have to watch it. I don't consider it good. I consider it worthy to watch. That's
D.
all
Snyder's got some messed up brain. The fact that he made it. I mean, it's definitely worth a watch. I liked it. I do like that movie. I think that's a 90s one.
I think it was the end of the 90s.
Yeah.
1998.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was near the end. It is a messed up movie. It's got a good cast to it though. That's one that's only available on DVD.
You got Elizabeth Pena in it, Brett Harrelson, Kevin Gage, and D. Snyder.
And also Robert Englund and Linda Cardellini.
By the way, I just did that voice and it made me remember. I saw that trailer again this week. I'd seen it before, but it was this week. I just saw it again and it cracks me up. Alien, the trailer was made for a comedy. And it's so fucking funny that the cat is the alien in the trailer. The cat is. So when you hear the alien go off the table, you just hear the sound of a cat go. That is such a funny fucking mock trailer. So here again, it's like, remember to recite the words. They need to be recited exactly. Yeah. I got your damn words.
Remember,
but what fucks him is actually his drop count.
Yeah, in the original director's ending. Yeah,
is he's supposed to do so many drops, but he gets distracted and he goes back and counts the same number again.
Yeah, and he sleeps too long. Speaking of which, did you ever see that? You were talking about the fake trailer. Did you ever see that? If Mr. Bean was a serial killer.
Oh my God, no!
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Okay, I gotta go look it up now.
It's a great little trailer. It's with him on a plane and like pop. Oh, you gotta see it. That's great.
Not Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. It works so well too. And he's back.
I always tell people that when I was a kid in particular, and something I love this part. I'm sorry, I gotta stop for a second.
Yeah.
I love this dialogue between him and Ted Raimi.
I said
right,
basically I said smart. I like how he said they offered me to be their leader and stuff, but I just couldn't stay.
That never happened, but it's funny. And then this pretty chick pops in there. But little do you know that blonde behind him is a she bitch. Hey, she bitch.
I know that actress. Yeah. I always forget who she is. Because she's I think she's popular amongst horror movies as well. If I could remember, but I can't remember who she is.
The thing I find funny is hearing behind the scenes stories about how all the pretty girls that the actors were and other people on the crew trying to get in bed and not getting anywhere with them.
Not with Bruce Campbell around. No way.
Yeah. Oh, I got a cute story about him. When he was making Jack of All Trades, his wife flew over to New Zealand because he had gotten in trouble previously.
Oh.
And she was there for the entire shoot. Make sure he behaved himself.
Well,
I can't say who I heard that from, but I do know that from firsthand. It's all blurred, Martin. Fuck.
Hey, be glad we got clips anyway, all right? Martin's had a stressful day today, okay?
Yeah, I was telling Nadia that I had in my mind that that this show was going to be on Thursday. So when you said to me yesterday, no, remember it's tomorrow. What? I haven't done anything.
I'm trying to find that girl's name.
Yeah, so am I, because I know her, but I can't. I always forget her.
And what I do is instead of going to www.imdb, I do m.imdb, because when you do that and click cast, you get larger photos on the second page.
I'm looking through some of these and finding some of the people that I did not realize were in this movie. Bill Moseley
says Angela Featherstone, maybe.
Maybe that's who it is.
It is her. It is her, uncredited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
her.
Angela Featherstone.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. She's from The Wedding Singer. She's from the Full Moon movie. Okay, I know where. Yeah, she's in Con Air. Yeah.
She's also in a film that we're going to be doing very soon called Zero Effect with Bill Pullman. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm. But I was looking at some like the people that were in this movie. Bill Moseley's in this movie as one of the Deadites captains. William Lustig, Bill Lustig, is a fake shimp, which I did not know that. And Ivan Raimi, his other brother, is a fake shimp. That's crazy.
And he looks like a Raimi. Look at those fucking Uncle Fester eyes he's got.
For anybody who don't know, Bill Lustig is the director of Maniac Cop 1, 2, and 3, Uncle Sam, and some other stuff. And Bruce Campbell is in Maniac Cop 1 and 2.
Yeah, he wanted to die.
Yeah, he had, which is funny because he got into it with Lustig and stuff for the second one, and they killed him off right in the beginning of the movie. Spoilers, sorry.
He was happy with because he didn't want to do it. He wasn't into it.
And we've reached the end of the movie. We actually talked a little more about the movie than anticipated.
We talked a lot about the movie.
Thank you for appeasing me for doing a 90s horror night.
Yes.
Of course. We'll do it again. Because there are a lot of 90s films. One in particular I want to go over again because we've done it already on the regular shows. I'd like to do it with you two is to do In the Mouth of Madness. Because I love that.
Yes. H.P. Lovecraftian horror. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That
Marcus Gilbert.
That movie gives me nightmares, even now. And Event Horizon too. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I love Event Horizon, but Gerry doesn't like it, and he doesn't want to do the show.
Wait, what?
Put it on black. That you have.
Oh, Event Horizon. We can do it, but I'm not going to be all excited about it because when I saw it for what it was. I'm like, got some great visual effects, great acting in it, but this is just Hellraiser in space.
Yeah,
that's all it was to me.
That's awesome.
And they already did a Hellraiser in space.
They did.
I haven't seen it. So.
I put a movie in the private chat. If we eventually could do Possession, that'd be great.
Debbie does Dallas?
No.
No. Wrong movie.
Possession's crazy.
I did a double feature with that and First Omen. It was nuts.
Let me tell you something. That movie, Jesus Christ, that movie. Sam Neill is in it, and fucking Isabella Arjani is
the
so
dialogue
fucking
is so weird in this movie.
In that movie. And
I watched it for the first time and I was like, do I like this? And it took me a day and I'm like, I keep thinking about it. And this movie keeps creeping back up on me. I think I like this.
It does that too. It's so creepy with some of the things that happen in it. Emily Rose is a good miniseries. We would do that one on TGIF because that's for the TV shows. This show and for the regular PCM shows are for movies. But I love that. Emily Rose is really good. Or what am I thinking of? Is Emily Rose or Rose
I think he's talking about the Possession of Emily Rose.
Yeah, I think
that's what you're talking about.
Because I think you were
that's
talking about
2005.
Rose Red.
That's 2000. The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, which is based on the actual case that was inspired by the actual Exorcist, which there, that was the big fight with in the courts, was that this was a psychological issue that got out of hand and somebody fucking died, and it was mental illness. And there was even a possibility that some of it was done as an act because of the movie The Exorcist, because it just came out when the actual incident in Germany took place.
Yes.
And I wouldn't mind doing that one, because it's a good film. Not great, but it's a good film.
Yeah. Like
So
I said,
I
that's
found-
later horror for me. I've never been a fan of possession horror.
What
other
I
than
found
The
was
Exorcist.
I'm
if Mr.
particular with
Bean-
possession horror. It has to be a certain, I don't know, certain spice to it, I guess.
Yeah, the top two for me are The Exorcist itself, and then The Exorcist 3.
Mm-hmm.
With George C.
I would
Scott.
probably put Exorcist and Possession. That would be my top two.
Possession would be around my fourth, because there's a third one. Let me look it up real quick.
Well, technically, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 are possession movies.
That's
You're
true.
not wrong. You're not wrong. Speaking of which, if you guys want to see the full trailer of that 90s documentary, I have the full trailer up for you if you want to see it. But it is 4 minutes long.
If you want to play it now, yeah, go ahead. If we're not going to get in trouble for it.
No, you will not get dinged at all whatsoever.
Do it.
Just if you guys are curious, if you want to see what it's all about and who's in it. So
yeah, let's do it. Do it.
We're going to the movies.
Oh, I love the Crypt Keeper.
Oh man, I just got flashbacks of my childhood.
Miss me. The 90s, it was edgier, it was grungier, it was a little more self-aware.
It's so much better than what we thought we were making.
A time for total escape.
Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room.
The industry is changing, both on the big screen and on the small screen, in profound and sweeping ways.
It's a big ride. It's scary, it's funny, it's twisted, and it's sexy.
Hot and squishy.
We were out of control and out of our minds.
All the legends are true. Every night we were blowing shit up, just having so much fun.
Groovy. We did it really fast.
It was very, very rushed. It's certainly the only movie that I know of with death by corn cob.
What's the next appalling, disgusting, highly inventive way you can find to kill somebody?
All the A-list stars. They want to be able to see what it feels like to rip off somebody's head.
Oh my God!
What the? Digital visual effects.
It opened up a whole new world.
When it doesn't work, oh boy.
It's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
Thank God for gateway horror.
Tim Curry, man, that was a casting coup.
I am the worst dream come true.
Candyman, Candyman, Candyman.
Be my victim.
Hell no. I'm not going to look in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times. I'm not stupid.
It was an intense thing to do.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You don't like it, huh?
I said, we need the subspecies. That's the poster.
Popcorn.
Gotta make the poster.
I like that
We sent
movie.
the footage back to the States, and Charlie was like, what the hell?
He wasn't nothing but a big old pussy anyway.
I've called Jason a pussy, paid the price for it.
No one on planet Earth knew that Freddy's glove was going to come up at the end of that movie. They jumped to their feet.
I probably should have snagged one of those things when we were making that movie.
Want a date?
Want a date?
Want a date?
I kick ass for the Lord.
This one's for the fans.
The 90s was very self-reflexive.
So it pushes a lot of buttons.
Oh, we can't have eating babies on screen.
I could go to jail for doing a movie.
People were like, how dare you remake a classic?
We were making a very weird movie. I try to say my line through these giant teeth, and
to go to a video store in the 90s, obscure horror movies that I've never heard of. It was a glorious time to be a fan of films.
I like the crappy ones. Is it any good? No. Is it fun? Absolutely.
Is that kind of a movie? It's a horror film.
A moment of film history that shall never be forgotten.
As long as it's entertaining, I will watch the shit out of it.
Oh, that stuff is really, really rich.
Yeah, it's just that stuff.
That's fucking cool, dude.
It's always good to see David in things because I worked with him on a small film a long time ago. I've kept in touch with him, and it's always great to see him when on screen. I'm like, oh shit, it's David again.
Dust Motion?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Great comic too.
It is a possession film, but it's not predominantly. It's a haunting more than anything. But the other film I liked is Insidious. I actually really liked the first one.
I liked the first one. Yes, I did.
The first one's good. It goes downhill after that. The last one was really
I didn't
rough.
like any of them after that.
Yeah.
The
Same
first
thing with The
one I thought
Conjuring.
was a
I think
solid story.
Too spread too thin. Like
They spread it out. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got to The Nun and all that shit, I was just like, yeah. I watched the first Nun movie and I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Well, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I do have to go.
Look, it's not stopped you in the past.
I know.
Oh,
I got an early. I have early work. I know. Gotta make this. Gotta make that money.
Well,
I don't have.
Gotta
any-
make the donuts.
So, before you go, I have this for you.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna have sweet dreams tonight.
you really need to
Nadia,
talk
why do you
with my daughter.
her husband's like, Nadia, why do you close your eyes when we make love?
Nothing.
No, he's got the same chin. He's got the same chin. He's got-
Nadia, who's
Okay.
Bruce? Why did you scream his name?
Yeah. I would just be gay. Hail to the king, baby.
I do want to thank everybody for being here. Words of Paradise, Sammy 3Pete, Country Shape Media, who has basically James Hong, Michael Myers. Look at his, show it again. Show his fucking avatar, dude. His avatar looks like James Hong and Michael Myers made a baby.
Trying to find it.
I want to thank Vex Electronica for being here. Socks Bulletins, Dempsey Drunk Poet for being here. Our good friend Penny, the Peter Vinkman fan site. I also want to thank my fiance for dropping in and saying hi to everybody before going to bed. Vinkman's girl. Oh, there it is.
Go.
James Hong, Michael Myers.
Without the eyes.
We only do eyes. Let's see. DEG presents the Dang Channel. And what is this, Martin? Is that somebody's name?
That's a name. That's a name. That's someone's name. Yes.
Okay. So DEG presents, that's De Laurentiis Entertainment Group, is what DEG stands for. Am I not right, Greg?
No, you're right. You're right. Dylan, whatever entertainment group.
So their name is, I guess, in honor of De Laurentiis Group. Venom Bite, Das Wölfen, Slasher Fred, Zax, my good buddy Zax. He got 2 videos tonight. Jamie G. Voltaic Blood was here. Dragozilla, Edward Shanatsky, Sander Hammerschlag, and of course Dave C. and Bronson Wright Wolf. Thanks for popping in, guys.
Oh, Bronson was here. I'm sorry, I did not know he was here. If I would have known,
I know some of them. I know some of them are from your guys' or your channel because I don't think Nadia's broadcasting.
Hey, Bronson, happy Halloween.
Venobyte's from yours. This guy right here.
Sorry.
Hi, Venabite.
Oh, I love that figure, man.
Yeah,
that
that's a cool werewolf.
Werewolf is awesome.
Yes, that is an awesome looking werewolf. It's like if I were to make a Wile E. Coyote movie, he'd be a werewolf.
Oh, and what's up, Delight and Fright? I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Or you, at least.
Yeah, and that one's coming from your channel, too.
Yes. As I was on their channel not too long ago. We just talked to Exorcist 3. Great conversation with them two ladies.
Yeah, and I plan on doing that one sometime soon, too, because it's a 90s horror film. And I consider it the one true sequel because it's written by William Peter Blatty and directed by William Peter Blatty.
Mm-hmm. It's a great flick.
And based on his book, which was the sequel to The Exorcist. He does not consider The Heretic, Exorcist 2, a sequel. He hated it, and he hated the book.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks for being here, Greg. Thanks for being here, Nadia. Hope everybody had a good time. We always have fun doing this show. We only do it once a month. That's all we can take of each other.
You're
it's
lucky
not true because I hang out with Nadia occasionally with Zach. So,
unfortunately, speaking of Stephen King, I'm glad we got to get it in because I know I wasn't going to be able to do it by Halloween. There's no way.
It's tough being a parent around Halloween. It is, and I get it. I remember that shit with my daughter.
Now it's supposed to storm, so
now my daughter's an adult and fuck her. She can go get her own candy. But anyway,
happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween. I hope everybody has a safe Halloween. Please remember to check your candy for Blade.
Like see Blade. So many, I've seen so many. Like I also saw, make sure you check your candy or else you'll get Courtney Cox bangs from Scream 3.
Oh my God, yeah.
You saw that one, or you'll like get the apocalypse in one of them from I can't remember where. I've seen so many of those.
You know, we're weird.
No.
What?
Forget about
it. So that's it, guys. I'm going to play the outro. Nadia, Greg, if you want to stick around for a second after the credits, we can discuss the next month. Just real quick.
Deuces.
So, we are out of here, guys. Have a safe Halloween. Bye, guys.
This is where it is. This is where we go. This is the place for scares. It's our little horror show. Not just any night. It's 90s Fright. Here on Culture Minefield. This is where we go. This is the place for scares. It's our little horror show. Not just any night, it's 80s Fright. Here on Pop Culture Minefield.